Hello and welcome to a brand new video. Today I will take you with me on a small hike up to see a glacier, which is a very interesting place to see if you haven't seen one before. By the way, my name is Børre, I'm a biologist, and I spend half the year in Spain in my motorhome and also half the year in my ordinary home here in Norway. And on this channel I will take you with me on smaller or longer hikes and journeys with my motorhome, and always try to focus on interesting things to see in nature. Well, I parked my motorhome here on one of the designated pitches, and the surroundings around here are really remarkable. If you take a look behind me here, you can see that there is a glacier actually floating on top of this hill, and this is a view that you will never see anywhere else. And actually also behind my car there is an amazing view. You can see here there is a huge river or waterfall coming down from far above and gives it a spectacular impression. I was very happy to find such a beautiful campsite close to the glacier, and the view from my window was really amazing. As you can see here, we see the entire valley all the way down here, and can you imagine to wake up to this view in the morning? Well, let's take a small walk down to see how the reception area is here at the campsite. And this is a place where you will find not too many motorhomes because it's limited space here, but if you they have a booking system on the internet where you can reserve a place, and that is probably a good idea in high season, I guess. It's also very interesting to see how they've made this service building here at this campsite, where they have constructed it in a very traditional way with this typical Norwegian roof with grass on. I'm staying at a small campsite called Melkevoll, and this is a campsite where you can stay very close to the glacier, the Briksdalsbreen glacier, where I'm going tomorrow. And they have limited space here, so if you book in advance you have a chance to get a place here, especially in high season. And the surroundings here are really magnificent, and you can also enjoy hikes in every direction. You can also go bicycling here if you enjoy that. So there are plenty of options in this area. It's also nice to see that they have made this kind of homemade barbecue area or a grill, where you have these nice surroundings. And you can see here, you can sit here and have a nice dinner or whatever in beautiful surroundings. So let's take a look at the toilet department, see how that looks like. Yeah, you can see there are toilets here. Every place with a toilet, everything's very clean and nice, and it's well kept. And you can also see here that there are special places for brushing your teeth and shaving and so on. This is the men's department, of course, and you can see here, and there are family rooms also for those who have small children with them. And finally, there is a shower here where you can take a shower if you want to. So everything is very nice here. And in the shower, you put in 10 kroner, and then you can shower for 5 minutes, I think. You see there's a small cafeteria inside of this reception area, and it has all the facilities you need, and with a view down to the river and So here you got everything you need. And even if you want to have some cakes, then it's everything you need here. And reception area behind here. Well, the first thing we have to do is to cross the river, and I'm so glad that there's a bridge here, because this river can be very dangerous to cross. So I'm glad that we can go safely across here. Yeah, we made it. We managed to cross the river, and I'm so glad that there was a bridge there. Well, the hike up to the glacier is quite steep, and they even made some stairs up here to make it easier for people to walk. But it is a hard walk, and it takes around 45 minutes to go up here. Yeah, you see how you turn right, and part of this road is gravel and part of it is just an ordinary hiking trail. So you must be prepared for anything here. Well, it's still going up very steep here, and I will take the time that I need, I think, because it's a bit more heavier to go upwards than downwards. So I will take my time, but who cares when you have these majestic surroundings here with the waterfall in the background and this beautiful day up here at the Briksdalsbreen glacier. Well, you can probably see that I'm sweating and breathing because it's rather steep up here, and I know I'm going to pass between two huge rocks here which have fallen down from the mountain ages ago. I come a bit higher up now, and as you can see, the elevation is quite considerable, and it's far down the valley here, and I can really feel the sweat coming, but it's a good feeling to use the body and to go hiking, so that's good for everybody. Well, the stripes that you see here in the rock, they are made by glaciers. So underneath the glacier there have been huge rocks, and as the glacier has been moving, it's been scraping up the granite here and make these marks who are going parallel all the way down here. Now we're going into a very nice part of the track here. You can see that the glacier is just parked up here on the hillside, and this is an amazing view. And the higher we go, there are fortunately made some steps up here, so it becomes a little bit easier for those who are not so able to walk as I am. So what is a glacier and how does it work? You know, a glacier is an equilibrium between the added snow and ice in the wintertime and the melting in the summertime. So if the melting is equal to the addition of snow and ice in wintertime, it's an equilibrium. It's not retreating, it's not progressing. But the last 20-30 years, the most glaciers in Norway have been retreating because of the climate changes that we see, and the melting in summer has been increasing tremendously. So that's why they are in retreat. And as you can see, this glacier behind me here has been retreating several hundred meters the last 100 years. Well, close to this sign you can see there is a huge pile of rocks going through the forest here. They are very big and they are unsorted, and there's also a small creek, small river floating around close to this one. And this was the end of the glacier in 1870. Another interesting thing to think about when you see a glacier like this is that the air on top of the glacier is often cooled down by the cold surface of the glacier. And as you know, cold air is heavier than hot air, and this means that normally there will flow a cold wind down the valley from a glacier. So it also influences the ecosystem close to the glacier. When you get closer to a glacier, you will notice that there is always a river going from the glacier and down the valley. And it may release up to 10,000 liters per second through summertime in the melting. So this is a time when the glacier always will retreat and lose a lot of volume. The area around the glacier is protected by law and is registered as a national park. Well, this looks like a picture taken from the Bahamas, but this is really a lake just below the glacier. You can see here that the glacier is just above here, and the water is melting from the glacier into this lake, and then it continues through the rivers down the valley. Well, you may ask why the water behind me is so green. And that is because the glacier is grinding up minerals when it's moving through the valleys and on top of the mountain. And all these minerals are reflecting the blue and the yellow light, and you get this greenish color on in the water. So that's why it's so greenish or bluish here. Well, this is literally the end of the line. I'm not allowed to go any further, any closer to the glacier, and the reason why is that the glacier might lose big blocks of ice, and which may come tumbling down the valley, and you certainly don't want one of those in your head, I guess. Well, this concludes this little video from the Briksdal Glacier. I've been staying here for 4 days now, and I've enjoyed it so much. It's such a beautiful scenery, and I recommend everybody to go once in a lifetime, I guess, to see a glacier. That is an experience you will never forget. So if you like this kind of content, please give me a thumbs up. It helps me a lot. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this. So in the meantime, I hope that you are active in nature, and don't forget to stay curious.